Timeouts, you want to be on the same page. Coach takes the time to draw up something. It's kind of deflating when you don't execute.
The truth. Robinson, rather healthy three. We know he's capable. That is his third of the game. Again, a 40% three-point shooter, which is the mark of being a very good shooter in the NBA from beyond the arc.
He's got some gunslinger qualities, man. That quick release, he comes off of it and squares those shoulders. That's not easy to do. Nothing anybody can do when he gets those deep post positions.
What do you think of him? And maybe this is an homage to his idol, Wilt Chamberlain, standing, what, about a foot or so behind the free throw stripe.
Yeah, that's a 17-foot free throw. I don't know what to think about it. I don't know if it's good or bad, harder or easier. I just know that's his preferred thing, and I'm going to support him, Mark, as long as...
Bible for three. Got it. Matisse needed that. He was 0 for 4 and 0 for 3 from beyond. Simmons threw that into the backcourt, and he's all he can out of 8 players.
Now, when I say plenty of time, I don't mean that they're going to come back and win this game, but they have plenty of time to still compete. They're not going to let up. So for the remainder 9:20, you have to bring it.
By the way, Simmons there tipped it into the backcourt. Achua working over Dwight Howard and having his way. Nice move by Precious Achua. Bible, another three. Got it. So Matisse missing his first 3 from beyond department. It's their 14th of the game, a season high.
Did I see Udonis Haslem on that list?
Yes.
Didn't he play in the Truman administration? Holy cow.
This game is over. Trust me.
Spoken like a true coach.
The head coach is
as well. And then after that, Sixers Outsiders. He started the night with a warm-up at 6 o'clock. Terrific Sixers coverage here on NBC Sports Philadelphia. Shake Milton now a season high 25 points.
He's just been so good. Could even have more if he would have made some of those signature drive finishes in traffic. Unable to convert on some of those, but that hasn't stopped him from being really, really good in other aspects of the game. I think a lot of his success, Mark, this year, obviously confidence, having a year underneath your belt. But I think that shoulder strength, that width that he's carrying, the few extra pounds required in the weight room, that stuff goes a long way in a 72-game season.
And Simmons, with that rebound moments ago, his second triple-double of the season, the 30th of his career. Nice bounce-back game for him. After being rather quiet, struggling on Tuesday.
Listen, we all would want everyone to have their best games each and every time down the floor. For me, the measuring stick is, he's the quarterback. Did you help your team win? The other night in a tough ball game, the Sixers won. One of those guys that embraces that aspect of the game. He's built for it for sure.
No doubt.
If you've ever seen him in person, you walk by him in a hallway, he is a physical specimen.
Ben Simmons, Matisse, Thibault to the bench. Probably for good here as Tyrese Maxey is back. Tobias Harris as well. Vincent driving in 2 of his 19. The Bears repeating the 3 guys who had to sit out 3 games. Total of a week's time because of health and safety protocols. Tobias Harris, Shake Milton, Matisse Thibault all played well tonight.
Talked about what they bring. Bare minimum, they bring bodies, deeper rotation, ease of the pressure on the rest of the guys out on the floor, having to log a lot of minutes. But then you couple that with actual contributions out on the floor, both offensively and defensively. It's a tough recipe for Miami to overcome. I think you're seeing the difference between the 2 outcomes.
Not only the second in the 2-game series tonight, the Sixers playing their 3rd in a stretch of 5 games in 7 nights. It's the most you can play through 7 nights. It's going to be a goaltending on Silva. Score 2 for Tobias Harris, give him 18. And that That's going to be a goaltending on Dwight Howard. Scored 2 for Gabe Vincent.
I want to see.
Nice drive and finish by Robinson. On the floor for the first time. 4th-year player. Out the last 3 games for personal reasons. He is in charge of Duncan Robinson. As Howard delivers the foul on Chris Silva.
Fouls on Dwight Howard, his fourth. Team is over.
Gotta wonder how much longer Tobias is going to stay in this ball game.
Well, even as you speak, Paul Reed overtime before losing by 3 on Tuesday. And they were game but simply outmanned in this one. Again, playing only 8 players.
Ooh.
There's Reed on his first touch, showing it all with the left hand.
All right, let's go home. That was it. I'm good, man. That was tough and pretty. Let's just call it a night.
Kelly Olynyk was 0 for 6 from beyond before he hit that one.
So important for this unit. The instructions from Coach Rivers is to never let up energy-wise and still execute, still be precise, run the plays, as coaches would tell you.
Mathias missing from beyond. It was Dakota Mathias with the game-winning 3 in the dying moments of overtime on Tuesday. That was the only shot he made all night.
That was a big one, though, and not easy when you don't get a lot of looks, you don't get a lot of makes. For your confidence to wane, it didn't for him. He got an open look and drained it.
Silva is fouled. It is on Paul Reed. So the Sixers winning their 2nd straight, again sweeping the 2-game series with the Heat. Sixers a league best 7-1 at home, 9-4 overall. And I'll tell you what, these days, and maybe the crowd has something to do with it, Alan, nearly half the teams in the NBA, you can't take home court for granted anymore. Nearly half the teams in the NBA, and keep in mind everybody's played a different amount of games, but still nearly half the teams have a better road record than home record, which is highly unusual in the NBA.
Yeah, I think it's not the crowd, but the lack of the crowd, so to speak, right? Because those buildings that you go into that are normally tough aren't so tough anymore. They just aren't.
Sixers fans, we miss you.
Oh, my God. Talk about taking away a huge advantage. No Sixers fans. This place is just not the same. And the team has a lot to overcome, because don't overlook how much the fans bring to the table.
Saw Joel Embiid rejoicing the other night and, you know, kind of raising his hands and egging the imaginary crowd on, if you will. And
for the people at home.
Yeah, just wasn't the same.
Hopefully soon enough. Sooner rather than later.
Yep. This loss, by the way, is going to break a pattern for Miami. Since opening night, alternately winning and losing games. So it'll be their first 2-game losing streak of the season. And they will fall to 4-6.
That drives coaches crazy, because coaches will tell you that you shouldn't have to have a loss to be motivated to play better. If you have that and maintain that attitude, you're going to play 500 ball.
Right.
And that is not what Miami is about.
Vincent airballing the 3, and that is going to do it. Sixers will win this